Alright, what's good y'all? Back for another video today. So today I'm going to be starting my 3-part series of how to use Fox. And this guy's going to be for beginners, and then I'm going to have intermediate, and then more advanced as the part 2 and part 3. So look out for those, but for now we're going to start with beginner. I'm basically going to be going over the different simple combos you could do, just some general knowledge to know about Fox and him as a character, what to do and what not to do, and yeah, stuff like that. So if y'all enjoy and want to see the other 2 parts, leave a like, subscribe, share, comment. Let's get into it. Alright, so some general things to know about Fox as a character. He is the fastest fast faller in this game, so that had a lot of implications. He could basically move much quicker and get on the ground way quicker than most other characters, so this means it's a little harder to juggle him and predict when he's going to come down with a move or just straight up fast fall. So this is his fall speed, just not even fast falling, anything like that. And obviously if you implement fast falling, he becomes a much faster character, even though he's already fast to begin with. This is something that is really good for neutral, but when it comes to things like being off stage and getting edge guarded, this could kind of impact you a little bit. He does tend to die a little quicker because he's also, I believe, the 5th or 6th lightest character in the game. So combining that with this fast fall speed kind of makes it a little difficult to recover safely. He's much more prone to getting blast zoned by a lot of spikes and just other moves that kind of send downward. So that's just something to keep in mind. So just some more general knowledge stuff about Fox as a character. Fox does not have a good air dodge when it comes to trying to air dodge to the ledge. Right there, you would think that connects. It just doesn't. It just doesn't, and it's because he's such a fast faller. So I would refrain from air dodging to ledge unless you really think, unless you basically do it like up here kind of thing. But even then, like right there, that just didn't connect. So sometimes you just don't want to directional air dodge back to ledge unless it's kind of like that, like way above. Even air dodging up, it's like okay, I guess, but it's just not really something you want to do. Usually you want to mix up recovering other ways besides using air dodge. Another thing, he has a wall jump, so that is another thing to mix up recovering, which is a little harder to do obviously on other stages, but, and you know, it's actually funny because he has such a magnet hand. If you try and wall jump here, it might just like grab the ledge for you, but as you saw before, he could wall jump if you do it properly and on the right stage. Final thing, this is kind of a misconception about Fox. He is super fast, he presses a lot of buttons, but that does not always mean you want to be just throwing out moves like constantly. Sometimes you just want to be waiting for an opening against your opponent, not just running in with moves, because a lot of the time they will get punished if your opponent catches you on to just always holding forward, always pressing a button. So sometimes you want to just back off, maybe dash dance a little bit and just go back and forth, through the air and on the ground. So I would say that's a big misconception. You don't always want to be pressing something. Sometimes you want to wait and react or just be patient or in general. Also, laser. You spam this move. You mash B because if you hold it, it's not gonna do anything. You mash B to throw out lasers. One laser does like 1.5%. You want to do this across stage. Say your opponent's camping. Sometimes you don't want to play that game. Just back up, shoot a couple lasers. Maybe jump to it too, because this adds up if you keep spamming this. So it'll sometimes make your opponent want to approach you more than you just approaching your opponent. So that's just something else to keep in mind. You always have laser. Oh, another thing, shine, it stalls you in the air. I don't know if you knew that. You can't do it more than once. Like right there, if I stall once in the air and then try and stall again, I'm just gonna fall. And so now this next part kind of coincides with the idea that he's such a fast faller. You do not really want to edge guard with this character. You just have so much to lose by going off stage unless you really know you're gonna put your opponent in a checkmate situation. Even then, I would just go off with a nair, a lingering nair, and then try and recover back. If you try to do anything like a falling back air, you'll notice that if you fast fall it, you cannot act out of this. So even if you're gonna go for a falling nair, you never want to fast fall it, because then you're not gonna be able to recover after that at all. The good thing is he can recover from very far distances with his up B. It's all about getting the proper angles to snap to the ledge using up B, and then obviously if you're out here snapping to ledge with side B learning how to do that is very important also. There are some variations you can do with side B. Basically, after you press side B, you could hold forward to go a little farther, or you could hold back. So I'm going to show you that right here. If I hold forward after the side B, I'm going to go right basically on Wolf. But if I press side B and then hold back, I should go way farther away from him. So that's a little mix-up you can do when side Bing is just mixing up how far you drift after the move, which is very helpful and it could save you in a lot of situations. Another thing about recovering that already adds to his pretty good recovery distance-wise is his magnet hand. Fox has a really good magnet hand when it comes to up Bing. I'm going to try and show it right here so you could better see like what I'm talking about. I don't know if you saw right there, but he basically stopped the side B like right here, and he was still able to grab the ledge. So that's something to also keep in mind as well when recovering. So in general, Fox is a very fast character. He moves extremely fast on the ground. In the air, he has decent airspeed, nothing crazy, you know, it's not like Wolf's, but on the ground, he's just able to move so fast, and that's something you want to use to your advantage when it comes to just your movement in general. This is a game where you constantly want to be moving, you constantly want to be trying to juke out your opponent and like whiff punishing, and that makes it very easy for Fox because of his fall speed and his airspeed. Now, along with his fast movements, he also has very fast moves, and for the most part very safe moves. There are some that you don't want to be doing in neutral, even though they do seem very fast. When they come out, they're a little laggy. So in general, something I've noticed, a lot of people ask this too or wonder this when I talk to them in general when using a new character: how are you supposed to approach with them? How are you supposed to find your openings and then from there get as much damage as possible, or start combos, or just put your opponent in constant disadvantage? When it comes to Fox, you have 3 moves, I would say, that basically you want to be approaching with that also conveniently combo into other moves that he has. So the first one is a really good burst option, dash attack. This is frame 4, super honestly unreactable unless you're really ready for it. The only thing is that it is pretty laggy compared to his other moves. Then again, it's not even that laggy, but everyone knows by now, we're like 5-6 years into the game, everyone knows Fox want to dash attack. So if someone's ready for that and is able to shield, then it could result in a pretty decent punish. But if you are constantly, like I said before, moving around and, you know, trying to outmaneuver your opponent, and then you just throw a dash attack out of nowhere, it's usually very hard to react to. That's the first move, dash attack. Another one is back air. His back air is very safe if spaced properly, and a lot of the time you can basically go unpunished for using it. This is not really a move you want to do rising. You can to call out your opponent, but you know, if you're trying to open up your opponent and start a combo, you're not going to want to do a rising back air. You're going to want to do a falling back air. So just getting used to turning around and jumping at someone to back air is something you also want to get used to. His third move, I would say, is down air. Down air has some pretty weird mechanics to it. So does forward air. I'm going to go over those right now. So down air is a very good move that combos. This will combo into forward air, it can combo into up air, it could even combo into back air if you do it low enough to the ground. But keep in mind, there are 2 hits to this move, or I guess 2 endings to the move. If you use this move in the air and the animation finishes before you hit the ground, you have basically no end lag on that move. So I'm going to do it right now and then shield as quick as possible. Right there, you saw how it took a second for me to shield, but then if I finish the move before I hit the ground, I could shield almost instantly. So that's something that you really want to get used to, is knowing when to fast fall this move and when not to do it. At low percent, you do not want to be finishing this move on the ground because there's just no point. And also, when you finish this move on the ground, your opponent will be grounded basically. So I'm gonna land with a down air, and you're gonna see the angle that Wolf goes at, and then I'm going to finish the move in the air, and you're going to see where Wolf goes. So if I do this move landing, he basically lands in front of me, and I can't even do a follow-up because I'm in end lag. But if you do this move and finish it in the air, and the last hit hits Wolf, he's going to pop up at an angle that allows you to get at least a forward air. So I'm going to try that right now. It is a little difficult to get used to, so you're going to have to learn how to fast fall this move properly, because even if I do it right there, that's not gonna work because I landed with the move. Boom, right there, that was it. Saw the angle he went at was a little more upward and that pops them up so that you can go with a follow-up, and you also have no end lag, so that's what makes it a true combo. So forward air, this move is really weird with the windows that you could do drag downs with. I'm sure you've all seen Light or other Fox players do drag downs into tech chases. I don't really know what to say specifically when it comes to, you know, the frame or like any of that stuff when this move will drag down. It's just something you're gonna have to feel out for yourself. The same thing with down air. If you land with this move, you are gonna be in a lot of end lag where it's kind of hard to get a follow-up. Sometimes you can get a follow-up if it's like a specific window, but for the most part you don't really want to be landing with this move. You want to be rising with it. So if I do a down tilt into a forward air, it's a true combo at, I'd say, mid percents, like 30 to 70%, depending on the character's weight, size, things like that. So if I do a down air into drag down like that, that's all true. It puts them in a tech situation where they might tech, they might not tech. But yeah, that's basically what you want to do. And then you can go for more follow-ups and things like that, but you know, that's a little more complex. I'm just trying to show the drag down. Like I said, the same thing with down air. You don't want to land with it because it has a lot more end lag, but if you use this move in the air and it finishes in the air, you could usually go for a follow-up with up air or another forward air. So I'm gonna try it right here. Right there, it was out of the window where, you know, it combos, but you saw I was basically able to do this and then boom, do an up air right away, and that actually combos. Versus if I were to try and do this move and it finishes on the ground, I'm in too much end lag to go for a follow-up. So that's also something you want to keep in mind. Okay, so now I switched to Battlefield to show you another kind of interesting mechanic for one of his moves, and that's up air. Up air is a really, really good move that combos into itself. You saw right there, it comboed two of them, and they do a lot of damage. One up air, not stale, does 15%. Two up airs, 30%. Up air is very good for comboing, very good for damage, good for killing if it's, you know, near the top blast zone. And it's just very fast, very basically lagless. So yeah, this is definitely something you want to be doing a lot, is trying to keep your opponent above you so that you could juggle him with up airs and things like that. Now, this move is a little weird with the fast fall windows and being able to combo someone. So right off the bat, at 0, if you up air someone, the next up air is not going to combo. Only at mid percents, I would say, between like 25 to like 40, 50, that you're going to see 2 up airs combo, sometimes 3 up airs, depending on how you fast fall it and if, you know, if there's a platform extension or anything like that. So now these 2 up airs I do from this point on should combo. See right there. But again, if you do up airs like this, they're not going to combo. Usually you want to do at 0% if you catch your opponent on the ledge, 1 up air, and then just wait a second to see what they're going to do. But for now, we're just going to be talking about the actual fast fall window. Right now, when I'm doing this up air, I'm not fast falling at all. I'm holding my button straight up and then letting it return to the center. Because if you do a fast fall with this move, there is end lag. And I'm going to show that shielding wise. So I'm going to try and shield after doing it like this, not fast falling at all. So boom, almost instant. And now I'm going to fast fall it, and then I'm going to try and shield. You see there's an animation where he lands on his back and then has to get back on his feet. That actually plays a huge role in terms of being able to combo your opponent for a second up air. Versus if I just do this and don't fast fall, he does not go into that animation. So that's why it's super important, if you're going to do an instant up air like this off the ground, do not fast fall it at all. So basically the trend between his 3 moves being, you know, down air, up air, and forward air is you want to let the animations finish in the air before he touches the ground to, you know, optimally get an actual follow-up and not be an end lag. Another move we're going to go into mechanics wise is up tilt. Up tilt is frame 3 and a pretty great move for Fox's toolkit because it allows for a lot of follow-ups depending on the hit you get of it. Now at 0%, you can't really get anything off of this. You don't really want to be doing that in general, you know, like there's not many situations where you're gonna want to go run up to your opponent and up tilt. But if you do, there's no true follow-up. However, you might scare your opponent into shielding, and then which you want to instantly grab. So that's just one implication of it. You don't really want to use it as 0. I would say from 15% and on is when it starts actually doing some good things for you. This, some of that's true, some of that it's going to say it's not true, even though it is, but it's up to your opponent to basically SDI that move to get out of it. But there's not really a big window for them to actually throw out their own move or air dodge or anything like that. It does combo into itself at lower percents, and even after that it does combo into other things. So if I could probably do this to like, I want to say 30-40% for Wolf, and then I could start going for follow-ups. That didn't combo right there, so then again, it is something you want to feel out for yourself for every character you play against, because there is some variation, but there are some times where you can get true follow-ups. You could do this into Nair, that combos, but then again, that's at a higher percent. I'd say 15%-ish to like 30-40-ish is when you want to try and up tilt into itself repeatedly and then see what your opponent does, like SDI wise and things like that. Now if they're at, I would say 40 to 50, you're going to want to start implementing this into other moves. Now mechanics wise, there are three hits to this move, or 3 angles that this move hits at. If you hit them from behind with the up tilt, they're going to go in front of you like that. If you do it facing them, they're going to go behind you, or almost behind you, maybe like one more there. See, there you go, like that. Now that's very important for basically the way you're oriented. If you do it this way, it could combo into Nair, or at a little bit of a higher percent, it'll combo into forward air, where you could do the drag down that I showed you before, or you could just do the regular move and just have it, you know, send them up in the air like that, whereas sometimes you can go for a follow-up that'll combo. That's why it's super important in terms of which way you're facing. For doing it in front of the person, it could sometimes combo into back air to put them in a terrible position off stage. This should combo at this percent, maybe it won't, but we'll see right now. It does. It combos, and now he's off stage, which is not where obviously your opponent wants to be, because you want to be throwing your opponent off stage as much as possible. Another use for this move is when someone is landing on you. It is a really good anti-air. Unfortunately, it does not hit ledge, but if someone is landing on top of you, you can up tilt, and it'll put them basically directly above you. If they're right above you and you time it correctly, you get directly under them, it should combo right like that into an up air. Again, it's very window dependent, but it usually combos, or at the least puts them in a bad situation above you. Another thing in general, smash stick versus tilt stick. I think that smash stick is better because you're going to be running around a lot and trying to throw up smash, and sometimes you have to actually stop and flick upward and press A at the same time if you have tilt stick. If you have smash stick, you don't really have to do that. You could just stop. I use tilt stick. I haven't felt like it's really hindered me in terms of being able to get up smashes out properly, but if you realize that you're, you know, maybe missing like the actual spacing on an up smash, or you're accidentally throwing out an up tilt instead of an up smash, then I would say use smash stick, but it's more preference. Now I'm going to go into the mechanics of 2 smash attacks very quickly, actually 3, because I'll talk about down smash also, but let's start with up smash. Fox's most reliable kill move without a doubt. It gets comboed into by falling Nair, lingering Nair, super fast, super strong. The only thing is it is very laggy, so it's not a move you want to be throwing out all the time, especially if you're at kill percent. Another move, forward smash, is less laggy and overall is an amazing move. You would think it's a forward smash so it hits in front of him, but this move has hit opponents when they are slightly above me and when they're hanging onto the ledge for too long. Boom, right there. It might have looked like he was in front of me, so it was fine, but trust me, there have been times where I should not have hit someone that clearly was jumping above me and I hit them. Also, this move does hit below the ledge. If you catch your opponent, you know, waiting on the ledge too long, they lose their invincibility, that will hit, believe it or not. It is the weak hit because there is a strong hit and a weak hit to this move, but nonetheless, if they're at like 100, that will still kill. You could also do down smash, that hits below the ledge and at 2 frames, but Fun fact, this move is as laggy as up smash. So it is something you want to use sparingly at the ledge. You don't really want to be going for 2 frames a lot with this move because there is a higher chance you'll miss than hit it, and you will get punished pretty severely for it because it is so laggy. And again, forward smash, not as laggy. And it's also very good, like I said, at hitting someone slightly above you or below the ledge. Hits on the ground too, but that is the weak hit. In general, really, really great move that if you're positioned like this at the ledge, this will cover first half of the roll, regular get up, and sometimes jumping at you, because this animation sends him forward enough where you could avoid certain moves and get up attacks, but then hit them with the move. So obviously you're gonna see I'm gonna start here, I'm gonna forward smash, it puts me all the way at the ledge. It could be used basically for tech chases, for throwing it out. If you think your opponent's gonna drop from the ledge with a move, it'll hit them. If they've been sitting on the ledge too long, it'll hit below the ledge. And even if they're trying to quickly jump above you, it will hit them. Another quick thing about up smash, it does hit certain platforms. Like, it will hit on Battlefield, but it does not hit on Smashville, Town and City, and PS2. It does not hit on those stages. It only hits on Battlefield and small Battlefield because the platforms are low enough. There have been times I have hit my opponents on platforms like Smashville and PS2, but that's only if they are lying on the ground, like a missed tech or something like that. It's really weird mechanic because it also hits the person's shield on those stages, but if the person's not shielding and just stands there, it will not hit them. Alright, so now we're going to be going into some simple combos with Fox. Off the bat, dash attack. Combos into up tilt most of the time. Even though it doesn't say it right there, this combos against most characters. After that, it's not really a true combo a lot of the time. Again, it's very character dependent, but usually a character or an opponent can act out of this, in which case they'll typically jump sometimes. Sometimes they'll just spam an air dodge. Sometimes they'll throw out one of their fast moves if they have it. For the sake of just saying the person doesn't know how to play against Fox, we're going to say they air dodge, or they do nothing. You can then do a down tilt. That's all a combo situational wise. So I'm going to say it's a fake combo for now, but it's still something you want to go for as a Fox beginner. After that, you have a couple things you could do. This combos into back air or drag down forward air like that, or just forward air in general. So you're going to do this, then you could decide if you want to do back air like that or forward air, drag down or not drag down. That's the thing about Fox. There's a lot of variability in how you want to combo someone. Sometimes they're fake combos, sometimes they're true combos, but overall there are a lot of routes to take when trying to combo someone. Just to add an extra step to the beginning of it, you could combo back air into dash attack into the rest of that stuff. So you do this, and for the most part that should true combo, again, if your opponent doesn't really know what he's doing. And some of that did combo for sure, but I would say after the up tilt is where opponents are usually able to act out of it. Sometimes they're not. Okay, another simple combo. It has to do with the down air I was talking about. If your opponent is jumping, if you want to hit your opponent in the air with that move, it is easier to combo into. So say they're jumping like this, you run at them with a down air in the air, that combos into at least 2 up airs. I was a little slow on that second up air, but you saw right there that it comboed. Another thing right there, you might have noticed, he went to my right. You need to kind of basically react to which way your opponent's going to go. Whichever side you're on when you finish the move of your opponent, they're going to go in the opposite direction. So if I finish the move on the right side of him, he's going to go to the left. If I finish it on the left side of him, he's going to go to the right. So I'm going to try and show that right now. I'm going to try and end it on the right side of him, and then he's going to go to the left. Like that. And then if I start it and end it on the left side, he's going to go on the right. Like that. Again, there are certain variations you could do to this. You could do a forward air after the down air into up air, and as long as you obviously don't fast follow the forward air or let it finish in the air, you will have a follow-up after that. So now I'm going to do down air, forward air, up air. All combos at 45% right off the bat. Another simple combo that you need to know, especially when it comes to trying to kill someone, is weak nair into up smash. This move lasts so long. in terms of the weak hit of it, and it combos directly into up smash. The window, again, depends on the character's weight. Usually I want to say 90 to 100. Sometimes for heavies 110 is when you want to be looking for your nair up smashes. Sometimes this move sends into a tech chase, sometimes it just straight up doesn't and it combos into up smash. You want to avoid putting your opponent into tech chases because obviously it gives them opportunity to tech and get away and things like that. But this, if you get hit with that, you're done. You can't do anything. It's a true combo. You don't get put into a tech. You don't get to do a move of your own or anything like that. You can't SDI it. It just combos. This is something you want to get very good at. Be looking for this for your kill move 99% of the time. Other kill moves are back air. It is a move you use a lot in the game, so it will get stale and it's not as strong as people like to think. Some people think it's not strong at all, so I mean, it honestly depends on what you think about it. But in general, you want to be going for nair up smash for your kill confirm. Another good thing to do is mix up your fast fall speed with falling nair. You can fall slowly with it like that to throw off your opponent's shielding time. Sometimes you can fall with it super fast, and just mixing up how you're falling with your nair can throw off your opponent a little bit. Also, another thing, you could do an instant nair walking forward with it. If your opponent thinks that you're gonna, jump above, because that's what Fox wants. He wants to land with nair. They might throw out a move to anti-air you. Another way to approach with the nair is just to move forward with it. So you could do this. So that's just another variation of trying to get this really reliable kill confirm, is moving at them horizontally instead of falling on them vertically with the nair. Now if you are outside of the window, say you're too low, it's not gonna kill. It might, if they have poor DI, but obviously this is a CPU, it does not DI at all. So the fact that that did not kill just means that it's just not the kill window. Knowing different characters' kill windows for nair up smash is very important. It's probably something you could look up. Even myself, I don't really know for most characters. I just have a feeling when it's gonna kill, and I just go off of that feeling. It's an experience kind of thing. The more you play other characters, you're gonna learn yourself. Now I'm gonna go over one of Fox's strongest suits, even though he's overall a really good character in neutral: ledge trapping. A lot of Fox's ledge trapping is literally just falling nair. This move lasts so long. If I do it up here in fast fall, that still is active, and it is really good to just do this against your opponent, because a lot of the time it will catch regular get-ups, and it's also so safe that, say you are doing this a lot and your opponent's catching on to it, they want to get up attack, so little end lag, you could do this move and shield almost instantly. For now, I'm going to say a lot of ledge trapping as a beginner is just doing this move, because even if this hits, it could combo into a rising nair, like a strong nair, and it could also combo into jab, and it does so much damage and just puts your opponent off stage again. A lot of characters can't deal with this, depending on what kind of moves they have, to get off the ledge. Now, when Fox is on the ledge, he is also really good at getting off. You could do a drop down rising forward air. Some people aren't going to be ready for it. It's a multi-hit move. They might drop their shield thinking it's some other move. A lot of times you could poke with it. You could usually go pretty far with it forward on stage. You could drag it back if you want to. If you realize like you might have whiffed it, and you could just fade back a little bit more with it. You could also do up airs if your opponent is jumping above you to get back on stage. You could also do down airs, and probably down air is I want to say the safest move, the most lagless move, if you finish it in the air. But yeah, you could also do nair. You could basically do all his aerials off the ledge except for obviously back air, because you're not facing your opponent. And obviously you could mix it up by just doing his jump and then fast falling back. Sometimes, because he's such a fast faller, you could jump and then fast fall right back on stage, and it just kind of mixes up what you're going to do against your opponent to get back basically to the center of the stage, which is very important in this game, especially for Fox, because he doesn't really go off stage that much. Okay, so now something I feel like might go a little underappreciated is throws. Fox does not have a throw game. He doesn't have any kill throws, he doesn't have any combo throws. However, he does have throws that'll put your opponents into terrible situations. Well, they'll be forced to tech and you basically could have a chance to get a follow-up because of that. If Wolf is right here, kind of under this platform, and in general you want to be using stages with platforms for Fox, I think it benefits him a lot. He doesn't really do bad on like FD, but I think platforms benefit him greatly. You want to do in this situation down throw, because down throw is going to send at an angle that puts him right here above this platform. Some people are smart enough where they might do an A landing to avoid getting put in a tech. Others might not be ready for a tech situation and they just might miss a tech. Others might put themselves in a tech situation and do some sort of tech. For any of those options, no matter what, after you down throw, instantly run onto this platform. Instantly. See right there, he was at a little too low of a percent where it didn't put him there, but now for sure if I do that again, he gets put right there where you could go for free follow-ups with up air and things like that. If you're right here under this platform, you go for back throw, because a similar thing to down throw, it'll put him in a tech situation on the platform if he's not ready for it. Right there. That's a free follow-up with up airs again, depending on if he misses it, if he techs it, or if he lands with an aerial. Either way, you are running onto this platform to get ready to throw out up airs, especially at low percent, because like I said before, that's basically what he wants to be doing a lot of, because his up airs do so much damage. At higher percents, your opponent is going to be shielding because they are afraid of Nair up smash. That's when you go for free grabs and you do up throws. It puts them in a terrible situation where you could again go for up airs to try and kill him. Sometimes your opponent might not be ready and it sends at such a weird angle that again they get put in a tech chase situation. Either way, it puts your opponent above you, where you could then shark below them and look for up airs, or if they're trying to land on you, you could do the up tilt again, that puts them right above you, or if you really want to call them out and you think you know how they're going to land, you could throw out an up smash and it'll most likely kill at this percent. Forward throw will also put in a tech chase situation. Should say 45 puts them in a tech chase situation. After you throw them like that, if you think it's going to put them in a tech, you get ready to react with what they're going to do. Are they going to not tech, in which case you could run up dash attack? Are they going to tech away, in which case you chase them down, again you could dash attack? Are they going to normal tech, which then dash attack is also very good for catching that? Or are they going to roll in which case you're ready with, I would say, an up tilt, which will put them above, to go for the follow-ups that I was talking about before. So yeah, that was my beginner Fox guide for anyone who wants to pick up this character. I'm sure I missed some stuff, or maybe there's just some things I'm waiting to put in the intermediate or the advanced video, because I think it's more for that. But if you guys have any questions in general, leave it in the comments and I'll probably answer it. If you guys enjoyed this video and want to see more, leave a like, subscribe, share, comment, and I'll catch y'all.